On Election Day, some political pundits are having a harder time than usual predicting what will happen. So why is it hard to read this election? Well, the simple answer is it's just too close to call. With so many tight races, any number of things could affect the outcome, from voter turnout to last-minute headlines to the weather. For weeks, the people paid to watch politics have insisted the Democrats would take back control of the House. But number-crunching nerd Nate Silver says it could go either way. And this guy is like the Stephen Hawking of election forecasting. And while traditionally the party in power pays a big price in the midterms, the economy is looking good, which should help Republicans. But the president is focusing on immigration on the campaign trail, while most voters say they really care about health care, which should help Democrats. So all we can really predict is it will be a very interesting election night. With the Why, I'm Rekha Muddaraj for KHOU 11 News.